Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of Zoo TV. I'm your host Reed Conant. Today we check in with some of Azusa Pacific spring sport athletes that had their seasons cut short due to the coronavirus pandemic last spring, and they're hoping that this season doesn't suffer that same fate. So without further ado, here is my interview with those student athletes.
We're joined today by two Azusa Pacific acro and tumbling seniors, Kat Gonzalez on your left and Izzy Schmidt on your right. Senior Declan Kearney and junior Tito Robles from the APU baseball team. Tennis senior Courtney Page. So how you guys doing? How's quarantine treating you?
Quarantine has been treating me it's definitely challenged me. So kind of dwelling on the fact that we don't have acro practice, we don't have anything really. And because it's our senior year, we don't get to see our friends and our classmates very often. So it's definitely a lot harder, but it's different and I'm adapting. So it's definitely okay.
Where have you been living?
Off campus, about 5-10 minutes from the school. Just wanted to get out here for the senior year. So we decided to make an off campus move.
I'm here in Azusa off campus at my house with some other guys.
Cool. And Tito?
Same with me in Azusa with some guys.
A lot has changed since, you guys both were on campus. Well, at least for a season. That was way back in the spring, about 9 months later, and we're still in the thick of it. So I want to first take you guys back to the end of last year and how it ended. What was that process like for you personally, and then also just as a team?
Right when it ended, it was just pretty tough. Not knowing if there was going to be summer ball, when was the next time we're going to play, are we going to get together as a team, what's going to go on. And everything just got shut down. California shut down very quickly.
Just coming off a good year like we had in 2019. I know we were really looking forward to playing in 2020. Just getting back from Hawaii, gonna have a big homestand with Fresno Pacific. It was just heartbreaking. We all knew we were gonna start rolling and get going. And it's been tough without baseball. Just trying to adjust to life without it and just trying to get better in any way you can, because without actually playing, it's hard.
It was honestly really tough because we were supposed to be contenders for the Pac-West Championship, and we just came off of a Elite Eight Nationals run. So we had a good team going because we didn't lose anyone really, and we gained a lot of girls who were doing well for us in the tennis court. So it was going to be our year. Found out after our last match. So it was just very hard working through that. But going from there, our team did a really good job of looking forward to the next season and really just trying to have positive just outlooks on the situation, because we are figuring everyone else is going through this. It's not just us. And we just got to band together so that this next season could be what we hope this last season would be.
Well, hearing the news that COVID was coming around, I just remember getting a Facebook message, everyone meet at the, not our normal practice area.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my gosh, no way practice or the whole season would be canceled. So everyone was like, oh, there's no way. And then we started hearing other teams, this is their last meet, and Quinnipiac is over, they're done. And I was like, no way, this is a joke. But I don't know. Then it was over.
Yeah.
And we were like, no way. It's juniors. And we felt so bad for the seniors. And we all met up and we were crying. It was we were all just crying.
At the time, I was kind of going through a hard time, in my personal life. And then I was also really sick. So when I found out practices were done, I was like, oh God, I need a break. But then obviously I didn't feel that way. I was like, oh, the seniors, I'm going to miss competing with them. I miss my coaches already because I'm super close with my coaches. So it kind of sucked, but we also did have next season to look forward to. So at the time we're like, okay, this sucks, but at least we have, another season. We have senior year.
Throughout, all this long off season and all the uncertainty, what has been the biggest challenge for you?
Going into practice, going into a mindset every day, not knowing what the next 6 months will look like. So in the fall, it was very tough because we had probably a third of our team here because a lot of them are overseas or in just living at home at the moment. If you've ever been on a team, playing every day, being there every day, when half your team isn't there, it's just a weird dynamic and trying to figure out what that looks like. We also had some coaches leave and new coaches come in, so there's a lot of change this season, which in the end I'm thankful for because it teaches me to like get through adversity and have a positive outlook through it. But there are definitely some challenges faced throughout it as well.
Getting official game work, do you think that'll feel different this time around since it's been so long? Will you be, maybe more grateful for, having that opportunity?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was thinking about this the other day that I'll never like take the game for granted again. So when we do get back on the field, it's gonna be a new feeling and it's gonna be a great feeling. I literally cannot wait for it, and I'm really just praying and hoping that we do get that feeling, and it will be different, but in the end, it will be great.
It's what, I mean, you've been looking forward to this whole time during quarantine. You're putting in all this work, hoping for that moment where you're back on the mound with your guys behind you. So yeah, to get that again would be tremendous. I mean, I'd be ecstatic about that. And I mean, I think eventually that will happen, but this year it's just so crazy. I don't think you can predict anything. I mean, so many things have changed that you never thought would have changed. It's just been a wild year in general.
Even this process has made me so grateful, not even being able to play matches. It makes me think back of all the memories I've had throughout APU tennis and how enjoyable it's been, how great the coaching staff has been and all my teammates. I've loved every experience I've had. But I think if we get out there one more time, it'll be completely different. There will most likely be no fans and just like an environment we've never really been in before. But I think it'll be really cool and really sweet just to have one more moment together as a team.
What do you, personally expect? You just expect to get, somehow play a little bit here and just, try and get some of that live action. What are you thinking about this whole process as we get closer and closer to the spring?
If we can play some sort of like modified schedule with some NAIA teams, like South Pac West teams, that'd be great. I'm all in for that, and all the guys are too. The flip side of that is that might not happen. And if that doesn't happen, what's the spring going to look like? And that's honestly tough. I mean, I think there's an opportunity for outside like baseball programs like Perfect Game. So I think there's definitely going to be something that comes about with this. And whether that's collegiately done with our team or if that's like just on the side and you have to figure it out personally to get yourself the exposure that you need and just to play and work out and stay in tune with your body.
Honestly, keep working because that day will come eventually. I know it. And a lot of guys do know that as well. And just being ready, like we both mentioned, and hopefully just get going soon.
With those international, students and everything, if they are able to come back, what do you think that'll be like just to see them again? I know it's probably been a long time since you guys have all been together, as a whole. So what do you think that moment will be like?
Even just like school going online, that was super tough for a lot of us because like I was getting texts from a few of them that was like, oh, I may never see you again. And it's just the tough thing where it's like friends in the US, it's a lot easier to get connected and see them. But friends overseas, it's just a much harder thing to see each other in person.
That would make the season worth it, right?
Oh, for sure. Even just seeing them one more time would be amazing.